Hey, so people are not math equations, and if they are math equations, it'd be like the most complex math you can think of. Let's just think about two people in a situation. You have one person, which is a conglomeration of a lifetime of experiences, and another person who's the same majigger. That's two people who are essentially infinities. That's tough math to do. As such, relationships and dating are also not math equations. It's not a formula. You don't just put certain things in and you're guaranteed to get those things out. That's not how it works. I have heard since middle school boys discovered dating about the so-called dating game, right, in which you do a certain set of things, you act a certain set of ways, you say some things, and it just makes the ladies melt at your feet. Makes them melt. Pure hunk of baloney is what that is. Definitely. There's an entire community of people, the pickup artist community on the internet, that operate under that assumption that a relationship and dating is a simple formula. You follow these steps and you get these certain things, and that is just dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing. The issue here, the main issue here, is that we're exposed to this all over everywhere. In the movies that we watch, in the books that we read, we're exposed to all these amazing loving relationships, which love stories are fantastic and I love them so much, but that can be unhealthy at times. When you're fed this ideal constantly, that's in your head as to what that's supposed to be. So we start to emulate those things. And when you emulate those things instead of being yourself, then it's not authentic. And not authentic is the exact opposite of what we want. Take, for example, the nice guy trope. I know a number of people who have come under fire recently for either not being interested in something or criticizing when someone is complaining about being rejected for a quote-unquote ass hat. And while that is frustrating for someone who is a nice guy, I genuinely think that most people who claim they're nice guys are nice-ish guys. It's not fair to complain about that and place the blame on the other person for not having feelings for you, because it's random chance. It's not a formula. You don't just get to be nice and then someone likes you back. You know, you do stuff and then sometimes people like the stuff that you do and they like the person that you are and then they kiss your face. I'm gonna come out and say it, I'm a recovering nice guy. I used to complain all the time about various girls rejecting me in favor of people who I deemed beneath them. I did it all the time in high school and it's like, nah. It's not okay. Because whether I liked it or not, in that scenario, dating was a conquest. It was a competition for me. And I didn't want it to be, I didn't think it was, but it was. Because that was my mindset. If I start comparing myself to other people who are in relationships or other people who are with people who I would like to be with, at that point, I'm viewing it as a competition. And I'm considering ways that I am better than that person and why I deserve that person more than they do. And that is, again, it's dehumanizing. Here's what we do to solve this. 1, work on yourself. Right? Because if you're wanting to be in a relationship, if you're wanting to love someone else, you cannot possibly do that until you're good with you. You can't. 2, stop trying to find patterns in everything. That's like a human thing. We like to find patterns in things, so when we see somebody do something that ends up being successful, we want to emulate that because that's what's more likely to get us to be successful. But again, people are not math formulas, and that's not how it works. And finally, number 3, stop idealizing romance. You know, it's great. It's a wonderful thing to love and to be loved by somebody, but it's not everything. As a matter of fact, it's a very small smidge of the entire everything pie that is out there. It's a very wonderful part of that everything pie, for sure, but it's not everything. And there's also so many different ways to love that aren't just in the form of putting your face on somebody else's face. Right? There's more to do. So if anyone ever talks to you about the dating game or you see an article online about it, it doesn't exist. It's not a real thing because what it does is it boils down a human being, a complex human being with an entire lifetime of experience down to a simple formula of how you can get them to like you, which is just not fair to that person. Not fair at all. That's all I gotta say about that. As always, I'm Connor Manning. You just become a little more awesome and a little bit more dizzy, and I will see you guys on Monday. Feels weird doing a walkie-talkie video outside in the morning. Feels weird because there's normally more sunlight out here. Whatever. I hope you guys have a lovely, magnificent day wherever you are, for serious. Because I do love your faces immensely. Even if I've never seen your face, I love it. And I really hope that you guys have just a fantastic day. And I really mean that. Because I'm trying to have a fantastic day today, and you should be having a fantastic day too. Because everybody should have fantastic days, right? Heel click.